Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Saad Nasir. Since then, Muslim had been the ruler of this land. Rule, the rule of Mughals were the longest, which lasted from 1526 till 1857. There were 19 Mughal emperors, as shown on the screen, starting from Babur till Bahadur Shah Zafar or Bahadur Shah II. During the reign of Jahangir, British entered the subcontinent as a trader and established East India Company in the subcontinent and closer while stronger while Mughals were weakening on the other hand. His last emperor was Bahadur Shah Zafar, who was interested in poetry and not in the rule over the subcontinent. The War of Independence happened, which Muslims lost easily. As they came in the power, the Muslims were treated as slaves. Those became the right hand of British Empire. So to get the rights of Muslims, they needed a separate nation. Then comes the Pakistan movement, which became the root of was a political movement aimed for creation of Pakistan and succeeded in it. Then we have two nation theory, which means that Muslims and Hindus are a separate nation and they should have a separate homeland. The ideology of that religion is the main factor of defining the nationality of India. India Muslims were used by Muhammad Ali Jinnah. He called it the awakening of Muslims for creation of Pakistan. Then comes the role of Qaid-e-Azam. Qaid-e-Azam was the main person behind the separation of subcontinent, whose political career started in 1913 and was ambassador of Hindu-Muslim unity at that time. But later he became the supporter of partition and made his voice in favor of partition at that. Then we have Allama Iqbal. Allama Iqbal was against nationalism. He considered nationalism as a death or as a coffin for Muslims, a Muslim Ummah. He said all the Muslims are brothers wherever they are living in this world. So now let's come down to the aims and objectives of creation of Pakistan. The main aim or the main objective of creation of Pakistan was to set up a free Islamic country or an independent Islamic country where all the Islamic laws or Islamic rules could be implemented. Then comes the establishment of Islamic democracy. In Islamic democracy, everyone is equal and no one is prior to anyone. The main aim of creation of Pakistan was to establish that everyone is equal or everyone is treated equally. Then comes the protection of Muslim culture and civilization. Muslims were always a separate nation because they have distinctive cultural values and patterns. They were easily distinguishable from the other nations on the basis of their social behavior, as the Muslims believe in only one God and Hindus believe in many gods, like these things. Muslims believe in only one God. Uh, Muslims believe in only one God, but on the other hand, Hindus believe in many gods. Muslims eat cow. Muslims eat cow, while Hindus hate the meat of cow, as they treat the cows as their mother. Hindus believe in rebirth, while the Muslims believe that there is a separation of soul after the death of the. There is a separation of a soul from the body after the death. Then comes the protection of Urdu language. This was the main point, that Qaid-e-Azam changed his mind from the Hindu-Muslim unity to the separation of the subcontinent. Later in the rule of British, when there were talks about that British are leaving this state forever, Hindus began demanding that Hindi should be made the official language and should not be separated. But at that time, Quaid-e-Azam made his statement that Urdu should be the national language of this state. So partition could be needed at that time for the protection of Urdu language. Then comes the establishment of a balanced economics. The economic condition of Muslim before partition was deplorable. The Muslims were not in position to enter the business or trade because of biased policy of government, and or as all the Muslims were illiterate or they don't know any, they were not even allowed to enter the government services. Then there is a protection of Muslims' image. The Muslims were not in a position to compete with Hindus because of their backwardness in the education. Hindus had adopted their prejudicial attitude, which blocked all the channels to prosperity and progress of the Muslims. The- from this scenario, we concluded that it was only Muhammad Ali Jinnah, it was only our Qaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, on the basis of on the shoulders of whose shoulder the Pakistan came into being. As a result of Pakistan movement led by Muhammad Ali Jinnah and the subcontinent independence, Pakistan was created in 1947 as an independent nation for Muslims from the east and the west of subcontinent.